Hi guys, I hope you're fine and everything is okay at your end. So let us discuss a very different thing today. I'm going to talk about international political economy. With the advent of globalization, we have been using the word economy and politics and international time and again. And most of the times we ourselves don't know what we really mean by these terms. So, as far as the definition of international political economy is concerned, it is the interdisciplinary academic discipline that analyzes the economics, politics, and international relations. Today, the economics and politics are considered on the same page due to a variety of reasons. There are a number of reasons, but I would like to mention the four important reasons here. At first, the due to decolonization. The second is the halting of the gold convertibility. The third reason is the 1973 oil crisis. Very important point. I would like you people to go and study here. And last but not the least is the end of Cold War. So, in order to understand international political economy, we have to know about mercantilism, economic liberalism. We have to know about Marxism and neo-Marxist ideas, and dependency and interdependence theories, as well as the theory of imperialism. We'll be touching that in not in greater detail, but we'll be summarizing that. So we can start from mercantilism. To summarize, mercantilists believe that the primary actor is the state, and the economic goal, the sole economic goal, is the state power, to enhance the state power. And politics has primacy over economics, and the economic relations between states, these are conflictual. Moving forward to the basic assumptions, the first assumption of mercantilism is the belief that economics is a tool of politics to get political power. Here, let me tell you one thing, that when we study mercantilist ideas or mercantilism, most of these ideas or related or similar ideas are most of these ideas we discussed or similar ideas we discussed in our previous lecture when we studied about realism or realist thought. So the first assumption of mercantilism is the belief that economics is a tool of politics to get political power. The second one is that wealth and power are complementary goals. And the third assumption is that there is no cooperation in international arena and states play a zero-sum game. Whenever you study globalization or international political economy or such topics which have roots in international relations, you will use this term time and again, the zero-sum game. So it is basically the faith of the states to win at any cost, even if it ends in complete destruction. So states want to win this game. According to states, this is a game, and that has to be played at any cost, even the fact that you may end up dying. So this is a zero-sum game. The fourth assumption of the mercantilism is the belief that politics has primacy over politics, as I have already told you earlier at the very beginning. The fifth assumption is that there are two types of economic rivalry. Now, this is a very important point. According to mercantilists, although there exists economic rivalry, but it has types. The first one is the malevolent or aggressive economic rivalry. In this rivalry, the international economy is exploited through expansionary policies. So we all know that this malevolent or aggressive mercantilism or mercantilist policy was pursued. It was pursued by various colonizing powers, the Portuguese, the British, etc. So those powers exploited the international economy through various expansionary policies. Moving forward, the second type of economic rivalry is the defensive or benign economic rivalry. Here, concentration is only on the national economy because it is related to the national security. And the sixth and the last assumption of the mercantilist thought is that states have to be worried about relative gains. Very important point, because accumulation of more wealth leads to military might. So whenever you study international political economy, you will end up studying about gains again and again. So to summarize, or in layman's language, gains are, you can take gains as economic progress. Okay, so gains can be absolute and gains can be relative. According to mercantilists, you just don't have to be, you not only have to be worried about your progress, but you have to be worried about the progress of your competitor, because if he's gaining more than you, or he's progressing more than you, then that means that at the end of the day he is accumulating more wealth, and that would eventually lead to military might. We saw the flashes of this sixth assumption of mercantilism between the period of two world wars. I want you to go and search and let me know in comments, what do you think of that period. Either the states were really worried about relative gains, or there was something else. Moving forward to closure, I would like to mention here the various phases of mercantilism. The first phase is when Portuguese conquered Americas, and they got silver and gold bullion. So other mercantilist powers, they thought that this was a means of national power. So other mercantilist or expansionary powers, they thought that Portuguese are doing that for the sake of increasing their national power, and they should also do that. So everybody started to conquering the Portuguese, the British, etc., etc. So they were doing, the Dutch, they started to do expansionary measures because they thought that because they were worried about relative gains, and they were worried that if they do not enter in that expansionary policies, they would be left alone at the end of the day, and the Portuguese or the first movers, they would end up having maximum gains. So the second phase is when Dutch emerged due to the trade and trade surplus. We all know that the Dutch were famous for their trade, and when seeing the Dutch, the other mercantilists thought of this as a means to national power. So they started to do trade as well. The Britishers, they although they were expansionary power, they expanded and they exploited the international economy, but they also then started to do trade. They entered India for the sake of trade and end up ruling India. The third phase is a very important phase. It started when the British emerged due to industrialization, and other powers thought of this as means to national power. We all know that what happened after industrialization, a huge it basically changed the world for the till the end of times. Before the industrialization, there was no mass consumption of products, or there was no mass utility of various products or commodities. But after the industrialization, we see that most of the countries, they started to move away from agrarian economies. Obviously, it was done after the industrialization was done after the revolution in the agrarian economy. But eventually, most of the countries that were developing back then at a faster pace than other countries, they started to move towards the industrialized economies, towards the economies that eventually resulted in products which the people were not needing back then. So there's for example, there is a factory in the United States or in England. It produces various type of goods, and it makes 20,000 products a day. And it started to make 20,000 products a day back in the 18th or 19th century. And now I would like you people to answer that. Was there really a need of that product as well, or they were just marketed in a way that most of the people end up buying that product? I hope that you have like today's discussion. We'll be discussing economic liberalism, Marxism, and neo-Marxist thought, the interdependence, dependence, and imperialism in future discussions. Please like and comment to support us. Till we meet again, take care. Bye.